crazy performance from Oleksandr Usyk, you know. He stopped the fight early, you know. But I say this before, Daniel Dubois makes so much pressure, too much pressure, you know. He not control, and every jab, every right hand is too strong, you know.
He was moving, but when he found the time to be aggressive, he took and maximized on those opportunities.
He was on form today. He boxed great. He did the right things. He was counter-punching, and he was moving well, and he wasn't getting caught. And he started off with a jab.
Heavyweight champions are impressed by Oleksandr Usyk's skills, but some think the praise is too much. Lennox Lewis points out how Usyk uses his power and speed wisely, never rushing or wasting energy. At 38, he still moves with top-level footwork, throws sharp combinations, and defends smartly, making him better than most fighters. Lewis says with that kind of discipline and skill, Usyk could box for a few more years. But critics wonder if his clean style hides the fact he hasn't faced the biggest punchers in the division yet.
Thanks again for your time this week. We've just seen Oleksandr Usyk produce a stunning 5th round stoppage victory over Daniel Dubois in the rematch. Give us your thoughts.
Yeah, listen, he was unbelievable. He was on form today. He boxed great. He did the right things. He was counter-punching, and he was moving well, and he wasn't getting caught. And he started off with a jab, so what can you say?
I spoke to Oleksandr's cutman Russ Amber, and he says he felt Daniel Dubois started a bit too fast, a bit too reckless. Is it a sort of a case of you're almost damned if you do, damned if you don't? They say you got to stick him on him, but then if you stick him on him too much, you leave the gaps.
Yeah, it's that kind of situation. It's a control violence, basically, and control movement, making sure that you don't overcommit. And you know, you got to use speed more than power. So in this fight, it should have been more speed than more power.
Joseph Parker admitted he didn't expect Oleksandr Usyk to be so dominant in his latest fight. He thought it would be close, but Usyk's technique, timing, and control shocked him. Parker pointed out how Usyk's movement and defense made it nearly impossible to land clean shots. As a former world champ, Parker understands high-level boxing, and Usyk clearly impressed him. Still, some fans think Parker's praise sounds more like fear than respect. He says he wants to fight Usyk, but critics wonder if he really means it or is just playing it safe.
Pro boxing fans, Joseph Parker, we've just seen Oleksandr Usyk with a destructive performance against Daniel Dubois. Just give me your thoughts on that one.
It was a competitive fight in the beginning, and Daniel did land some good shots, and you know, Usyk did feel those shots, but ultimately in the end he broke him down, and Usyk showed a lot more, I think, bad intentions in the shots he was throwing.
I was going to ask you, do you expect him to be that aggressive? The counters?
I know that, listen, Daniel was going to be aggressive, so what did Usyk have to do? He was moving, but when he found the time to be aggressive, he took and maximized on those opportunities.
For you, obviously you were there for a reason. I'm sure you want to get your hands on Oleksandr Usyk because you want to be in the biggest fights.
It was great to see him win and become two-time unified undisputed champion of the world, and I just waited for my opportunity. I'm going to wait for my opportunity and see if he does give it to me, you know, and hopefully we can get in the ring and share the ring together. And
David Adelai praised Oleksandr Usyk's latest fight, saying the Ukrainian came in with one goal: to shut up his critics for good. For years, people doubted if Usyk could survive in the heavyweight division, especially with his age and the division's physical demands. But Usyk proved them all wrong with a calm, dominant performance. Adelai pointed out how Usyk stayed cool under pressure, used his ring smarts, and still fought like someone with a point to prove. He believes this wasn't just about winning belts, it was personal. Adelai even said Usyk could retire now at the top, but not everyone agrees. Some think Usyk is chasing legacy too hard and might be risking one loss too many. Adelai admits Usyk might stick around with so many big names still in the mix, but critics wonder, is it passion or ego that's keeping going?
Excited to be joined by David Adelaide. David, we've just saw Oleksandr Usyk produce stunning 5th round knockout over Daniel Dubois. Give us your immediate thoughts.
Good fight. I think Usyk keeps proving himself. He gets doubted a lot, and I think he's proven himself so many times that it's kind of crazy that people doubt him. But you got to give credit to Daniel for getting in there. He tried a thing, and more credit to Usyk for pulling it off time and time again.
I just spoke to Ajit Kabayal, and he says he feels Daniel, although he was having a bit of success, was maybe a bit over-eager and left some gaps. Would you agree with that assessment?
Daniel was thinking too much. There's times when I can see Daniel being a bit hesitant. He was sitting there thinking. He did let his right hand go, and he did throw a lot of shots, but I think sometimes when you overthink it you give Usyk too much time. And when you give Usyk time, you kind of let him play at his own sort of pace. Usyk established the jab from like the first 30 seconds, which was, you know, look, like it just shows his level, right?
Was it surprising to you how early the stoppage came? Most pundits were saying Dubois early, Usyk later points, but you know, wasted no time.
He wasted no time. I think in terms of the stoppage, it was definitely the right call. It came in the fifth round. You know what? I'm not surprised because they were fighting at a high work rate, and the pace was high. So yeah, it makes sense.
Ajit Cabale praised Usyk for stopping Daniel Dubois so easily. He pointed out that Dubois isn't just some average fighter. His jab is strong, and his punches can smash through any guard. But Usyk handled him like it was nothing. Cabale said Usyk didn't just win. He took apart a dangerous heavyweight in just a few rounds. He called it a world-class show of skill, timing, and mental focus. For Cabale, this proved Usyk is still levels above the rest. But some fans say Dubois was never elite, and Usyk's win might not be as impressive as it looks on paper.
For Boxing News, delighted to be joined by Ajit Cabale. Ajit, we have just saw Oleksandr Usyk score a stunning fifth-round stoppage win over Daniel Dubois. Give us your thoughts.
Crazy performance from Oleksandr Usyk, you know, he stopped the fight early, you know, but I say this before, Daniel Dubois makes so much pressure, too much pressure, you know, he not control, and every jab, every right hand is too strong, you know, and he not defends himself, but you see the result, you know, Oleksandr Usyk stopping fast.
Did it surprise you how early Oleksandr got the stoppage?
Yes, before the fight, I never say this is, he come to stop him so early, you know, but after the first round, I say the fight will never be more than 6-7 rounds.
Ajit, in many people's opinion, you are the #1 heavyweight contender. You would love a shot at Oleksandr Usyk, right?
Why not? I say this is more time, you know, I hate trash talk. The fans will say Cabale is ready for Usyk or no, you know?
Martin Bacol said he was sure before the fight that Daniel Dubois wouldn't last more than 5 rounds. He saw the look in Usyk's eyes, full of focus and fire. Bacol said Usyk stepped into the ring not just to win, but to remind everyone he's one of the greats. He believes Usyk fought with a message. He's still the man to beat. Bacol added that it doesn't even matter what Usyk does next. He's already proven everything. But some critics say that kind of thinking is dangerous. If Usyk really has nothing left to prove, why keep fighting at all?
Pro boxing fans, Martin Bacoli, man, we've just seen Oleksandr Usyk with another great performance against Daniel Dubois. Look, that fight at the start, a lot of people thought it was going to be a little bit competitive, and Daniel came out and he looked like he was getting a bit comfortable. But Oleksandr Usyk does what Oleksandr Usyk does, and he wins the fight. Did you expect him to stop Daniel Dubois in this way?
Yeah, I said it before the fight. Okay. I said it before the fight, even today, that Daniel Dubois would never pass 5 rounds if he kept boxing like the same way he boxed last time he fought Usyk. But he did the same. There was no jab, nothing changed. He deserved the knockout because he never changed something like supposed to change.
For Oleksandr Usyk, what does he do now? He's won everything. He's the best at cruiserweight, the best at heavyweight, faced every big name in the heavyweight division now. What does he do? Do you feel like he's going to still fight one more fight and then that's it? Or do you feel like he should just call it a day?
For me, I don't see him what he's going to look for because he's done everything. He's the best for right now. For this moment now, he's the best. Retire or keep fighting. He done amazing. This guy is a machine. So he's the best right now, to be honest.
And with performances like these, Usyk keeps forcing the world to pay attention, whether they love him or doubt him. If you're enjoying this kind of raw, no-filter boxing breakdown, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more bold takes and behind-the-scenes fight talk. The gloves are off. Stay tuned.